Hi, today I'm going to show you how to program a large action model called Nelima. Nelima is the first community-driven conversational AI designed to execute action on your behalf using natural language commands. You can integrate your own custom actions to suit your specific needs, and you can layer multiple actions to perform more complex tasks. I want to take this chance to show you how to create actions so Nelima can handle them for you. To start off, we'll click on the Integrate tab found near the chat panel. Functions are written in Python with a set environment. I want Nelima to be able to summarize a website's content just by giving it a URL link. I already wrote the simple Python code to do just that, so I'm going to go ahead and paste it on the code editor. Awesome. You can also see that the Integrate page has other tabs on the right side where you can see an example of a function, see the functions you created, and also test those said functions. For now, we're interested in integrating our function. So let's click on Integrate Action. Once we select the function, you will be faced with a pop-up page where you can test your code before continuing integrating that action. The function testing panel provides you with tools such as a sample testing parameter where you can edit and test your arguments in real time, as well as see any outputs or return value from that testing. I'm feeling pretty confident with my code, so let me go ahead and continue integrating my action by proceeding. The next steps are to define the function's properties, arguments, and what the function should return. Let's start by updating the function properties by clicking on Update. For the first part, we have to provide a concise description of what the function actually does, so Nelima can gather context on what you're trying to achieve. For my use case, I'll write the following. This Python function is designed to fetch content from a specified URL and extract its main textual content to produce a concise summary. It leverages the beautiful soup and request library to parse HTML content, aiming to identify and condense the core information present on the web page. We can also include an entry prompt to adjust the behavior of the underlying large language model. This part is optional, and I don't believe I will need it. Next, we have to include a sample prompt. It's always best to include as many high-quality prompts as you can. But since our use case is pretty simple, I'll just add summarize this website as the sample prompt. Cool, we're done here. The next step is handling the argument. Depending on our code, we can add more arguments, but for our use case, we just have one, which is the URL. The data type should be set to string, and for the argument description, I will write to specify the web address of a page from which the function will retrieve content. And that's it. Lastly, we want our function to return a string. And we're basically done creating our action. We can click on Prompt Test to test whether Nelima can actually execute the work we've done. Let's test it out by asking Nelima to summarize this news article by CNBC on generative AI FOMO. We can copy and paste the link on the chat panel and click on Enter. Nelima has reasoning capabilities, which comes in handy when trying to understand and accomplish tasks which can get more complex. In this case, it seems that Nelima couldn't summarize the content, but wants to know whether we would still like a summary based on the URL information. Seems like I might have been too confident with my code, and I should have tested beforehand. Let's say yes and then quickly fix our code. Once that's done, we can click on Integrate to finally give Nelima the capability to summarize a website's content by giving her a URL. Awesome. And if we try to summarize another article, we can see that Nelima gives a pretty good summary of the CNBC article. Since I successfully integrated this action, now everyone using Nelima can ask her to do the same task. And you can do it too. Try it out today by going on celgene.com/Nelima.